Right now, we're joined by Nathaniel Bradley, CEO of Data Vault, to discuss how companies can increase revenues through effective use of the all-important data. Thank you for joining me, Nathaniel.
Thanks for having me.
I think this is something that over the years, I've covered markets for longer than I care to share. However, something that has been a theme is data. And I've noticed it over the last year. It's a word we've used more than ever before. Why?
Well, if you look at the breaches that have taken place and also the amount of value that is being derived from individuals and businesses when they submit data to various services. If you take Facebook, for example,
right.
that exchange has become less and less equitable to those involved. And so as we derive more and more value from data, and as it becomes valuable, as corporations and small to mid-sized businesses even, we need to look at data in a new way.
Yeah, I want to get to all of that. I mean, what are your quick thoughts? And since you mentioned the breaches, I want to just stay on that for a moment. You mentioned Facebook. I mean, we had Target, Yahoo was a huge one, right? Marriott, eBay. What's all important here, or what is a common theme in these breaches, and what needs to change?
Well, we've endeavored to create application program interfaces to our data. If you look at Facebook, they were really injured by a third party that had extracted a great deal of data on an automated basis from their system. So when you look at data as a business and you develop an API, which is meant for other companies to exchange data with you,
right.
We need to look at those and primarily in many cases shut those down and have a more comprehensive strategy targeted towards monetization.
So by using the data, you can find unique correlations, which is quite helpful, right? I mean, that's what data is all about. I mean, that's why you're collecting data, right?
Absolutely. So we've endeavored to create a system that allows us to become a data quarterback for companies. We believe that many companies lack that general management of their own data. Many have a verbal strategy towards data but don't know how to execute upon it. And when you look at these assets in combination with other companies' data, derivative data that's outside of even our core businesses may have indeed great value.
So how will you make money?
So we've developed a concept that allows for the refinement of data, a refinery, to be added to any business. That refinery is powered by artificial intelligence and has the ability to refine data into data objects. Those objects can be sold on an exchange. So
give us a real life scenario of a company. If I own a company and we're having a conversation, what data points that Data Vault will help me?
Everything from the foot traffic that is generated in your vicinity. When you have video surveillance active in your business, either outbound or inbound,
right.
When you have resources such as your employees and other assets that need to be aware of and participate in a data strategy, there are many.
When we talk about the data overall and the revenues coming in, what's the correlation there? I mean, the more data, the more revenue?
So when you look at your core businesses,
yeah.
The core business will have its run rate, its projections. And what we look at towards data is to both inform that process, to make that less of a bumpy road so we don't go off gut reaction, but we use data to inform decision making. And then secondly, we look at the derivative data assets and how those can be monetized for cash. So we're talking about a new revenue stream within any company in the form of their data and the combinations of that. So any business can look at their connection to other businesses and how non-competitive, non-controversial data can be exchanged for value.
I mean, we just talked about Equifax today, right? They're paying out 710 million, something, depending on how you look at it. I mean, this was a huge breach in 2017 of nearly 150 million Americans. When we talk about your company now, you'll be more likely to work with what types of companies? Is it tech companies? Is it everything? Is it retail, drugs, airlines, or is it a specific type of company that's likely to
The beauty of it is that it does cut across all sectors. There is not a company that doesn't create some form of data. It is how we are the data quarterback of that data, how we manage it and understand it. We are no longer in a period where you can mismanage data assets or not understand them. Good management and proper management of companies will both secure these assets and allow those assets to be monetized on an exchange.
And they are oh so valuable, right?
Absolutely.
Nathaniel Bradley, CEO of Data Vault. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
We're glad you're here. Thanks.